Prime Minister Mark Carney is in Montreal this weekend for his party's national convention. The event is being dominated by a wave of momentum following a fifth floor crossing in just months, all while the Liberals are on the verge of winning a majority government with three critical by-elections set for Monday. So Global's Mackenzie Gray is in Montreal covering the convention. So Mackenzie, what's the mood like among delegates?
Well, they're very happy, in large part because they've got a new member of their team. Marilyn Gladu, the Sarnia-area former Conservative MP, 10-year Conservative MP, has switched sides and come over to the Liberals. She's been here with the Prime Minister, prominently displayed. She's had a little speech on the stage behind us earlier this week. And there was some questions, certainly, about the progressive wing of the Liberal Party being okay with folks like Ms. Gladu joining. She has been taking anti-abortion stances. She differs with the party on conversion therapy. They've had issues about climate change, vaccine skepticism. There's been a lot of issues. The kind of things that actually, if somebody was trying to become a Liberal candidate, they probably actually wouldn't get in because they wouldn't want the scandals associated with that. But they have accepted Ms. Gladu here, and even folks like Stephen Guilbeault, who's a very left-leaning MP. He was the Environment Minister under Justin Trudeau, resigned from the Carney cabinet over the MOU with Alberta for the pipeline there. He's saying, look, I'll take Ms. Gladu at her word when she says that she is going to adopt Liberal values and vote with us in this situation. That's what we've heard from Mark Carney, basically saying, look, if people want to join, they're going to have to conform to how we feel. So there's really not a lot of dissension on an issue we thought could be contentious here. For the rest of the time, people are just excited that they're attracting new people and that they're very close and very likely to get a majority government on Monday when three by-elections take place. Two of those ridings are very safe for the Liberals.
Yeah, and along with that, we're also hearing talk of other potential floor crossers. So can you expand on those rumblings?
I talked with one cabinet minister yesterday who said that there are more people coming. I talked with one Conservative MP yesterday who said that they expect that there are going to be more Conservative MPs that leave the Conservative caucus and come over to the Liberals. But as for the timing, as to who it's going to be, that's anybody's guess at this point in time. Lots of names flying around. But with Ms. Gladu coming over, I think that does show that really, at this point in time, the Conservatives are kind of, the Liberals, I should say, are hunting for anyone to come join the party. Ms. Gladu is not someone that I expected would be either welcomed or want to come over to the Liberal Party. I think that means that anyone is fair game right now to potentially be coming over.
And finally, what changes if the Liberals do secure a majority in the House of Commons?
Well, of course, it means that they can get through legislation however they want. That's, of course, big. Right now, they're relying on either the Conservatives, New Democrats, or Bloc to get things through. We saw with the budget, the Conservatives, having people in the wings of the House of Commons. We saw the NDP not having people show up. It took abstentions to get that passed. In this situation, if they get to a majority government, they won't need that to happen. Another key thing to look for is how the compositions of committees work. Right now, that's where a lot of the opposition parties, it's the Bloc and the Conservatives and the Liberals, the only three parties with seats on committees. They've been ganging up the Bloc and Conservatives to block different things, and the Liberals have been having to cut deals. They won't have to do that in a majority government situation. There'll have to be some procedural things they do to make sure that they have the full benefit of having the majorities on those committees, but it makes Mark Carney's life a lot easier. But we should say it's a small majority. If they win 2 or 3 of those seats, they're only going to be up by 1 or 2 seats in this situation. Depending on how it goes, they might actually need the Speaker to break some ties in situations. And it means if there's other resignations or other people who quit for various reasons in the House of Commons from their caucus, that they might actually bump back down to a minority in a certain situation. So it's very tight. This isn't a large margin, so there's going to have to be a lot of vote counting and making sure that everyone shows up in the House of Commons. No excuses, to make sure they're there for the votes, to get things passed, to make sure that there's not a snap election that could come, of course, if they lose a confidence vote.
All right, Mackenzie, thanks so much for your coverage and insight.
Thank you.
That's Mackenzie Gray in Montreal.